All right, welcome back. It is time for top 8 of Guilty Gear Strive here at Super Bit Wars. I'm still KobeVT here with the wonderful Bunny. Are you ready for top 8?
It's nice to see everyone. This is a good set. Sl0th versus Kermit.
The two invaders in this top 8.
I know. They came here to sweep.
Yeah, they saw that, sniffed out that pop bonus, and like, that smells like money. I'm going up there.
We'll have to see, though. We still have a lot of our natural killers here.
Yeah, Kermit, known for top 8ing large events, making it really far.
And Sl0th just recently starting to make his own name in the game.
You know, classic, I'm a TO, but you was a player first. He's still a really good player to now.
Oh, he's always been a player.
Yeah. This is something I feel like I rarely ever get to see. Vikings on P1 side.
You know, let him play out.
Yeah. Let the first one play out.
Viking versus Chip. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Immediately 2H, Kermit knows nothing but violence.
Tightrope all the way out.
Oh, Sl0th.
Aw, Sl0th, come on. Yeah, you have to burst that.
Yeah. Unless you do just like taking 70% damage and then looping Viking OP.
Ooh, this hurts.
Yeah. RVS. Yeah, back hit Yozanson, you're not going to challenge that.
I feel like the changes to Viking have made this matchup a little interesting.
Yeah, and it's never really been great for Chip because parry in and of itself has always been really scary for Chip to deal with, but especially now that changes, being able to parry out a block stun.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it's a little bit more difficult to navigate around parry.
Oh my, that's disgusting.
You get a dash block.
Oh yeah, goes for a meaty. No, Sl0th ain't gonna DP that.
Oh. Baiting out those parries already.
But here, Chip's influx of damage and good buttons with that tightrope and all these tightrope normals.
Positive bonus for Chip. Season 2, Chip, positive bonus was
Dark times.
dark times.
But right now, we're gonna use the new Season 4. This super became usable. Oh.
Oh, Sl0th.
The infamous, I went for Rekka, but got DP because half circle on a quarter circle inputs.
Just gonna DP right out of that.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Yep, that TK Yozanson. Gonna catch him.
Sl0th with fancy little Fiji water over there.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, nice 2K counter. That's gonna set up the tightrope, but the parry.
The parry.
That had to be like last active frame or two, too. That's gotta feel bad.
And then tethered. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta burst that. You were dead if you didn't.
Oh, Yozanson again.
Oh, fancy confirm. Kermit's feeling himself a little bit.
2K, 2D.
Big counter hit opportunity. Sl0th gonna take it all the way through the wall.
Some big damage too. I'm surprised he didn't do a super wall break.
At least the super that you want to wall break with just was too high up on the wall splat for it. Nice DP.
Ooh.
Kermit's not going to be in the business of bursting.
Oh. I'm pretty sure that follow-up is punishable.
Yeah, it usually is punishable depending on the distance. I think Sl0th, you know, thought the distance on 5P was far enough, but needed a micro dash. Oh my, Yozansen whiffing, rare moments.
Oh, cross up Yozansen.
Oh, nice stuff. Telling Kermit, get out of the sky, it's mine.
Got that hard knockdown.
Nice.
Ooh, nice bait.
Walks
Oh.
the burst too, Sl0th. Taking a game, tying us up 1-1. Oh my gosh, not the bait.
Oh, Sl0th.
Bro out here trying to get emotes made of him.
Ooh, he's feeling himself too.
Sl0th is nothing if not one of the silliest players here.
Yeah, you could say that again.
No 6P on the S-Kabri, and that's going to be free advantage. And the burst coming out for Sl0th as well.
DP.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Get over here into you are dead.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, great patience there. Was able to challenge after and
Super wall break, yeah.
going to return 50 burst to Sl0th for some wild assault usage if desired.
Blocking that TK Yozansen.
Gets caught by Tatami. That's unfortunate. Run under 5P. He wasn't ready with the right RC confirmed.
Yep, gonna hold on to that burst.
Yeah. Kermit really not wanting to give it up in the instance that, you know, look at Sl0th's life bar. Like, maybe it dies in one combo, maybe it doesn't. But you don't want to risk it. Great challenge.
Some nice pressure from Kermit.
Yeah, and also really great linking that 5B counter hit straight into close slash. And you're going to get rewarded handsomely from it. The counter hit. Sl0th maybe misinput DP there.
It's gonna make it 2-1. Still very close games for both of them.
And this is just to make winners finals. Like,
Duel 1.
ooh, these two are going at it.
Ooh, nice jump out.
Yeah, gets the counter. And it's going to take the burst away from Kermit too, which is a very good boon. Being very cautious on pressure, being wary of parry.
Trying to bait that burst.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Good burst. And gets the corner as well. Turning burst a positive bonus on a loop. Hard knockdown. Truly high advantageous moment here for Sl0th.
Ooh, overhead counter hit. Oh,
It's been such a long time since seeing these wall bounce combos since Tightrope came into existence.
he's blocking.
It was a great moment to burst, get Sl0th off you without it being baited, and is rewarded by being able to find a counter hit JSN later. And
Oh,
Wow. Homie, you died for that. You lost the set off of it. Oh, no.
Oh.
That'll be Kermit moving on to winner's final off of 3-1 against Sl0th. Went for the DP. Unfortunately, got blocked, and it's drive.
I mean, yeah. You gotta. Sometimes you just gotta DP. Sometimes you gotta put all the marbles in.
Season 4 was supposed to be the lower damage season.
Oh yes, we definitely see lower damage nowadays.
Yeah, they buffed defense, quote unquote, but not enough. They buffed offense off with it. Fortunately, means you get to die off the same things you usually die off of in Season 3 and Season 2 even.
Yeah, quite unfortunate.
That will take us to the next winner's semifinal. Yeah, Night Persona and drbin. Ooh, drbin's a ramp player. Not super familiar with Night Persona off the top of my head. Name sounds familiar though.
Night Persona is a very good Faust player. drbin and Night Persona actually meet in grands at our locals quite frequently. So this is a match that our locals are quite we see this quite often.
Yeah, this is tough, right? Because Kermit and Sl0th is a grand finals level set. So is Night Persona and drbin, and these are in winners semifinals to go to winners final, which then have to fight for grand final positions. So
Yes, I mean either of these sets could easily be grand finals right now.
Also, is that Night Persona there that has the GameCube controller?
Yes, he does play on a GameCube controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of known for that. Actually, before the last Red Dirt Rumble, his controller exploded while we were playing casuals. So fun times.
Yeah, it does sound very fun. I mean, all these unique controllers, it's really a blessing to see. Like, get to see so much personality. I mean, a Faust player using a GameCube controller just makes sense in my mind somehow. But you can look at drbin, who also has like very fancy custom art. I think it's a custom box as well.
Yeah, it's a custom art of Ganyu from Genshin.
Yeah. I can't say anything. My current leverless art is 2 gacha characters from Arc Knights.
Yeah?
And it's signed by one of the voice actresses too.
I mean, that's pretty cool actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I wish I could meet the other voice actress, but going to a convention in England specifically for one VA is not within the budget.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That's quite pricey.
Yeah, as much as I love her voice acting. And how cool it would be to have both the characters on your stick have their voice actresses have signed it. But here we go, getting into it.
Ooh, 2.
Oh, double afro time.
Oh, Night Persona loves those afro setups.
Oh my gosh, watch your wrist, drbin, watch your wrist.
Nice jump out.
Immediate burst on that counter hit. But without meter, yeah, you have to end off on Rekka 3. Oh, good 6P to avoid the initial hit, but
Still in the corner.
Yeah.
Still in the corner.
Gotta make your way out against Ram, or this is just gonna happen. She's gonna wall break you.
Yeah. Gonna use meter.
Oh, catches the backdash. Even with Faust low guts, not enough to kill. But pressing
Counter hit.
something.
Close sash is gonna get it though.
Wonder if Night Persona might have thought they had more meter and tried to go for super PRC. Or maybe it was wake up back throw.
He does like PRC Scarecrow quite.
Nice 2S, checking what Night Persona is wanting to do.
Oh, now you're stuck in ram pressure and you are dead.
Yeah. Tries to break the wall manually, but lives, and then the sword explodes. Like, I got you back, drbin.
Bounce was a little bit too high for that.
Yeah.
You gonna take a second to think?
Yeah. Get a little drink of water as well. Got to stay hydrated out here.
Ooh, 2S.
Oh, tries
Ooh.
to challenge and gets straight with thrust. Uh-oh, this is huge. One of Faust's best starters. Unfortunately,
Ooh,
not able to rub
a
and thrust.
drop.
One more hit, and that's all drbin can take.
That's a nice challenge.
Oh, nice challenge up there with the JP.
Ooh, I'm gonna grab that PRC Scarecrow.
Yeah, you mentioned that Persona likes that. You know, it's very risky if your opponent knows that you are a fan of that level.
Ooh,
oh,
gonna burst.
hero bursting.
Oh, but it works.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, those risky plays, they do end up favoring you from time to time.
Mix, mix, mix.
Yeah, I think drbin might have tried to start IBing, maybe trying to steal some extra meter.
Oh, Afro. Gonna. That double throw. Okay.
Oh, no, RC. Very hard time to burst.
That was very quick second game.
That did not feel like it was a Faust winning the game kind of timing.
Gonna burst immediately.
Oh, Lil Faust coming in clutch, ending that combo for free.
Oh, meteors on deck.
Don't think this is enough to kill. I think it scales a little too hard, even for minimum damage of wall.
Oh,
Never mind.
It did kill.
I'm a liar, apparently. there goes another clip in the Kobe Wrong collection.
Ooh. JD's gonna hit. Far slash. Far slash is an enemy.
Mix, yep, get that FRC, but drbin knows it's gonna going for the high.
Ooh, 2K, 2D.
Whiffing Rega 3, no PRC in sight. And there's another Afro. Bunch of meter.
Oh!
Well, that's risky.
Ah.
Yeah, risk just did not pay off for drbin. And now Night Persona is now up 2-1.
Yeah, that was another quick game for Night Persona. Like I said, these players are quite. They played this matchup and then they played each other quite often. So
Wonder anyone has the record count of how many times what they are between each other between set wins. Who is currently in the lead?
I cannot say that, but they do run quite even. Both of them kind of meet neck and neck.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Only one may advance to winner's final here. Night Persona trying to claim game 4 as the final one.
Ooh.
Potentially trying to bait out a burst there, but Night Persona very content to let it go.
Ooh, now we got Afro.
Just
Mini
throw.
Faust?
I love throwing the item right in front of your opponent's face with the full knowledge that if they press the button, the Afro's exploding and they're going to stop that combo.
I mean, and they had Mini Faust right there.
It's a literal definition of your sibling putting their hand in your face saying, I'm not touching you.
Ooh, gonna burst right there.
Oh my, the mix.
Ooh.
Doesn't get the kill confirmed right there, but all it takes is one high-low.
Gonna YRC out. Throw. Now you're in Ram Crasher. Oh.
Whiffs onto.
Oh.
And
And that 5D is gonna get it.
yeah.
And
Well,
it's 3-1 for Night Persona.
yeah, very, very quick games all the way up there until the end. Unfortunately, drbin now has to fight in loser's side for the right to rematch Night Persona, whether that be in grand finals or losers finals. But that means we're done with the winner's side for now. We're going to go down to the losers half. And we have a few full of, you know, your Oklahoma homies. We got anisgvti and tortillachips. We got you and LilGalil.
Yep. We got two Enos and
Yeah.
then May and a Bridget.
Yeah, it's going to be, one of these sets is going to go off in the blink of an eye. The other is going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah, possibly. Actually, his tag used to be Levantine, but he won Super Bit Wars last year. So we'll have to see if he's going to reclaim that title.
I mean, it's definitely possible. And anisgvti has a pretty good May. Watching the growth over these past few years as, you know, we've been together and most of the May chords and played while I was still grinding this game out. So seeing some of these tendencies as well to help point them out and help get this win. And anisgvti likes this, keeping the shipping in box for the leverless.
I know he has like this whole little unpacking thing he has to do.
It's like, I just want to get you an actual case. That way you can just unzip it, take it out.
I mean, this makes sure that it doesn't get squished, right?
Fair, but it is a hot, so.
Then we got tortilla chips, and you know that is local for here. Lemon Time is actually from the Tulsa area, so.
One of the, I think maybe the only Tulsa striver that came down.
I believe so. I believe, yes, the only Strive player from Tulsa.
DFW coming, driving 3.5, 4 hours
I know.
for Strive, and Tulsa can't drive 90 minutes.
I know Tulsa, they're lacking. And I mean, not to mention that our pot bonus is $500.
That's a pretty penny.
We're only paying out the top 4 though, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, so this is money match effectively.
Yeah, money match.
It's not as bad as the money match for City of the Wolves, but finals. I think it's like it's over $1 million money match, which is wild to say because we gotta one up Capcom and have some person take up huge amounts of money.
I know.
Technically, it's 1.5 million.
$1.5 million money match.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I think second place gets like 500,000 or something like that. So it's
yeah.
still like I'm with Khalil of the mindset that with these egregiously large prize pools, like it doesn't matter if you're giving the player in first $750,000. That's life-changing money still. Like,
yeah, either way, it is life-changing money.
you can give the rest of top 8 life-changing money and then give everyone else who qualified lots of money too. And no one's going to be mad about receiving $750,000.
Yeah, I mean, ooh, that's a lot of money.
And if you're upset about receiving $750,000, I'll give you my PayPal. I'll take it off your hands.
Now we're going to have May Eno.
Yeah. Very traditionally May favored, just sheer damage. Eno loves to be in the air, and that is prime 5H target. And May, of course, not being one of the only characters that gets hit by running by HDL, so she can just run under, close slash, and die.
Oh, yeah.
Although, losing her 5K being 8 frames really is impactful in this matchup.
Both of them just kind of playing it slow to begin with. Oh, now you're in pressure.
Yeah.
Guess we're game?
Well, May does have one of the best 4-framers. It doesn't help you too much against Eno, whereas a meterless DP helps a ton. Right now, Tortilla Chips is just running a clinic on anisgvti right now.
That's one way to put it.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah, they might have messed up the confirm there. May does get her OHK combo that she's had, just a little bit different since Season 2.
Oh. Possibly trying to 6P that?
Good blocks. Opts for 2S, but that's too slow and too high recovery now.
And now, Eno's in the corner. Oh.
That's unfortunate. Dust misinput most likely. I wonder if maybe the controls are messed up, potentially?
Possibly. Yes, it looks like maybe some controller.
Let's see. Are we bringing up the control scheme? Oh, I think. Yeah, that makes sense of Dust and Heavy Slash being switched. Of why that. Yeah, because I was probably supposed to be Orca.
Ooh.
That always feels bad.
It does feel bad. Actually, I believe this happened at Skyline versus Tyson. Leventime having his buttons mixed up.
Yeah. It's not as bad as the one time on a PC tournament offline where I accidentally reversed my dash and up button.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Yeah, it was not fun. But
oh, we also got a color change.
Yep. Looking a little metallic there. Yeah, this looks a lot better from Levin now.
A little bit more comfortable in movement.
Opt on to take the wall break right now. Now you're forced to.
Oh!
That's gonna send to the wall. Unfortunately, couldn't get the 2H link, but it's fine. That was strange.
That was a strange reset. But
I wonder, that had to be in recovery frames because Up Dolphin is not disjointed on the way down. Yeah, this is really hard to burst. You're better off not giving May the reset on scaling to kill you with. MLA gonna be sighting some damage.
That was a nice confirm into super.
Oh my, 2S Abare. Oh, wire C.
Tortilla Chips keeping him in the corner.
Yeah, these wire C's were coming out, but there wasn't any value being taken. The burst also not going to allow anisgvti to take the round. Tortilla's going to be feeling really good about that. You took your burst and 100 meter meant nothing.
2H. Hard to contend. Oh! Tortilla putting himself in the corner, though.
Fortunately, anisgvti trying to go for 5K there, but you have to do it a frame earlier. That one frame really does matter. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
I'm surprised CHCL whiffed like that. Yeah.
Oh, yep. You have to burst.
Yeah, it's like, you know May's going to be burst safe there. You're just trying to mind game your opponent of when they're going to start holding forward.
I mean, maybe they're not blocking.
Maybe the charge character's not holding down back.
Yeah, possibly.
that they can Duel 1.
But yeah, this is looking really better now that anisgvti fixed the buttons.
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, it must be nice to be able to have your dash button.
Yeah. Not get dust when you want heavy slash. Oh, 3K
Oh.
whipping.
You're gonna have to block that overhead.
Nice check on the fake reset there from anisgvti.
Nice backdash on that stroke.
Nice. And gets a counter hit far slash. That is actual confirmable.
This might be dead.
No,
Oh.
Wild Assault scaling.
That
Well
is
too
so
much.
true.
Wild Assault scaling was the true damage nerf for Strive.
That's what they meant whenever they said there was a damage nerf.
Yeah. Unfortunately, again, tortilla chips with that whiffed HCL just gonna get 5P to death.
You are going through the wall.
Oh, another 3K, allowing the air move to whiff. Great
Ooh.
6B on that Dolphin. Super slow, react to it.
Not gonna do a super wall break.
Yeah. Oh, nice 2K was already coming out before tortilla chips could press another button.
That projectile knocking me out of the air.
Oh, there's just takes off to take a regular throw. Oh, J2H counter hit. Yeah, unfortunately couldn't get the confirm there to break wall.
Nice 6B.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, it was
Oh.
Megalomania.
that was an interesting interaction.
Yeah, Invuln versus Invuln came out before frame 1 command grab.
That bar slash is gonna make it. Is it 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1 now in anisgvti's favor.
Now earlier, he was on Kai, and then he switched to Mei against Ice Do the Axel.
Yeah. Oh, violence. Bursting on JS? Like that was risky, tortilla chips. You could have almost died for it.
Oh,
Yeah, got cut and either backdashing or trying to jump out by 5K. That will let 6H ground bounce.
overhead kiss.
Just the run up, overhead kiss, get the confirm afterwards. Loop this positive bonus, which is going to be really good to regenerate a lot of this burst meter.
Oh. Oh.
There's your correct burst timing. 2H is never burst safe without RC anymore.
Up, and that 5P is going to take it.
Yeah.
That's 2-1 tortilla.
And now
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave so I can go play my loser set.
you
But
go get in top 4.
Yep, I will.
And then I will start taking care of y'all. Maybe someone's going to jump at the bit to, you know, steal that spot temporarily. Well, Bunny will fight LilGalil05 for that top 4 in the loser's side. Semifinal is going to be a pretty solid spot to be in. Yeah. Looking forward. So as just a brief rundown, while we're getting everything set up, your winner's final is looking to be Kermit versus Knight Persona. Then we're going to have, actually, never mind. This was only losers round 1 for top 8. I am jumping the gun. anisgvti will be fighting drbin in losers quarterfinals. The winner of Bunny and LilGalil, who's on screen, will be fighting Sl0th. They have to fight a chip player, which none of these two players want to fight chip.
Certainly not, no. Especially as Bridget and Eno. Two just characters that really struggle to work around that bar slash from Chip, honestly.
Yeah, bar slash, really disgusting button. And then, of course, both of these characters don't like facing DP characters.
Yes.
And Sl0th loves his DP.
I
Yeah. We saw Sl0th's Chip with those DPs die to it multiple times, and that was the set ender was a blocked DP. So, I mean, if you can have those blocked DPs, then Chip becomes a fairly easy matchup. But it also relies upon Sl0th continuing to press them. Oh, Bunny's not even going to attempt the Bridget.
Now, see,
Straight to
I
Abba.
like this pick. This pick makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Abba does really well into Eno. So, a lot of what the issue with Abba Eno is if Abba gets a turn, it's just over for her.
Yeah.
She has no maneuverability, no buttons to really challenge Abba and JR. And then from there, the overhead is just the damage.
Yeah.
Just a straight damage.
And Note is effectively locked out because that's just going to give free Jealous Rage meter.
Exactly.
I'll button check, yeah.
Okay.
So thinking to get into it, I see a round start gold burst. Like, that's no longer anything even remotely real anymore. Maybe back when it gave you 100 meter.
Man, I miss whatever it gave. Usually bonus is kind of a mess in this game nowadays. Like, it makes sense that burst doesn't give you like this entire resource now, but positive bonus,
Yeah.
especially with Waddle Sl0th, is really scary.
Absolutely. I mean, I kind of miss using Gold Burst as a pseudo RPS button because it was
Yeah.
really funny.
It was really funny.
It was really funny to hit somebody with S-Dolphin, have them block it, go for a Gold Burst, and then I'm now plus with 100 meter, and you're going to die.
Exactly. Okay, we're switching back to Bridget. That's understandable. We'll start up Bridget. We'll start it with the main. If the switch is necessary, the Abba is present.
Yeah. And, you know, Tiger Pop has been testing some new things on Bunny, new mix with Abba, so there's going to be some even extra knowledge there.
For sure. Get me out of here. Go to get the joystick. We've got a bit of time to get out.
It's the burst. Oh, nice. Scoot into the RC. Unfortunate double slide switching.
Now see, something that I love about it is they love Rock the Baby.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of it, is what I would presume. Able to challenge the Chemical Love. Is that Chemical Love?
MLA.
MLA, yes, thank you.
Oh my.
Big 2H counter hit right there. Able to get a decent conversion, decent damage, but Low already working his way out of the corner.
Uh-oh.
That's the thing about Eno that's really good, is she has auto time safe jumps. Whether it's you get the Okazemi or you get the safe jump, auto time.
Yeah.
Really, really good for DP characters like Bridget. Oh, that whiff throw with the DRC gonna get
Oh, Rock the Baby.
Rock the Baby. Once again, this count is 2 now.
Oh, got the hit. But, you know, going through the motions a little too quick. Wasn't ready to get that super wall break. Oh, there it is.
There it is. With punish, not gonna be able to burst that. Really good play there from Bunny.
Yeah. Quick. Game 1. Oh, the notes?
We're taking notes?
Yo, we're delving into the scrolls?
Are we breaking out like the scriptures, honestly?
Yeah. Let's see. Was the brief studying, did it help? Starting off, really good for LilGalil.
Deflect shield into with punish, really good start there from Bunny. Trading with dive kick, now we're full screen. Now see, something that's interesting about Eno has a hard time working around that far slash that Bridget had, right? So that far slash can shut down a lot of air approaches, but it can be low profile. So that's the RPS that we're seeing here in neutral, as Bunny able to take another wall break. Gonna actually let it reset, let it stay back. Possibly trying to go for a super, but it's really gonna pay for that now.
Yeah, got low profiled once again. YRC doesn't get blocked. All right, we're just doing YRC to rock the baby. Oh, nice.
Look at that JH. Really good press there from Bunny. Good low profile there from the Lil. Able to find his way in. Can we get the last touch? Not quite.
Oh
Got one
my.
more touch. We're going to go for his throw.
scoot on in and get the throw.
Mental stack's high enough for it. 2H looking for that dive kick once again. Really good predictions there, but playing it a little bit patiently, able to get a counter hit 6H here. That's going to be big damage. We're going to go ahead and get that. No, we're just going to keep it, go for a reset, get the ball splat, get the extra damage. I like that a lot. Good job.
Yeah. It's going to set up. That 2H is going to end it. Bunny's not going to burst here. You have nearly full. You have full life, actually.
For sure. Not a good spot to burst here, but we have full burst on both sides. So, Bunny, going to go ahead and spin that to get some space. Take control of the neutral really quickly.
Oh, tries to get throw. Oh, no.
I'm not too sure if that was intentional or not, but possibly trying to catch Bunny on a roll, trying to get some positive bonus going. Not that it's already looking good, though. Going to be able to get the hard knockdown in a good position for LilGalil in this round.
Yeah, there is Deflect Shield available. Oh, the clash? That's tragedy for Bunny.
Ready to mash out of it, able to get the conversion off of it for the game. We are now 1-1 in the set.
Yeah. Just as quickly as Bunny took game 1, LilGalil took game 2. So I think the notes did something. Oh, is this a Yabba switch?
Could be. Or
we
possibly
just
just a
switching
mental
music?
reset.
Wow, we're just switching.
Switching songs. You like to see it.
Was that the Chaos theme?
No, that was this is Venom's theme.
Ah, Venom. Okay.
So the thing about Bunny is a big Venom fan, so it makes a lot of sense.
And sometimes something as simple as returning back to the character select,
For
even
sure.
if you don't change anything, but changing the music is very important. As we know by some of the Carolina players who love to play Birthday Train.
Yep. Gotta go ahead and get that low profile. Go ahead and get a throw. Good hard knockdown. Mix is going. Gonna go ahead and burst. Yeah, it's a good option there. 2H out of there. Get your mix going. And now Galil on the backside.
Yeah. Ooh, gets caught by the 2S again. That button is a little demonic if you keep backdashing.
This low profile has been really, really significant for LilGalil in this matchup.
6H does get counter poked. The yo-yo does get set with the stroke.
Look at that. Stroke doesn't even have to reach Bridget for it to whiff punish. Get a throw. What kind of mix are we looking at here? Gonna go ahead and DP out of it. Good choice.
There's a wild assault. Get that yo-yo set.
It's getting close. Gonna go ahead and get the touch on this. I believe this is for the kill. Oh, not quite. Not able to get the full conversion on this, but it's last touch for each player.
Backs out and gets the hit. Bunny
Well,
able to stay in the round.
Not quite able to close it out with that one little touch. Bunny able to play a bit defensively, but now we're going back onto the offense. We're at 5 now.
The baby is being sufficiently rocked.
Very good 2S hit. Good recognition on the hit confirmed.
Wire seeing once again, just the run-up back throw.
Throws have been so good for Bunny here.
It's a great counter hit. Not going to be enough to kill. Not because, just because you're Bridget. A little low damage character. Okay,
Ooh, look at
2H.
that. So go ahead and be able to get the conversion off of this. Wire C. Just get me out of here. Oh, not even a wall break, unfortunately. Gonna go ahead and burst. Good choice. I like that.
Nice aggressive use. You have another round here for Bunny. Unfortunately, not able to
Unfortunate.
keep that advantage going.
LilGalil in the slight advantage here with the full burst bar. But we'll see how LilGalil wants to approach neutral this time. We'll go ahead and get a good straight hit, catching the backdash with MLA.
Thankfully for Bunny, there's no super here, so he gets to play another long reaching poke.
Counter hit 2S. LilGalil really just consistent on these hit consistent counter hit 2S. Able to recognize the difference between a normal hit and a counter hit.
That's the flex shield. There's still huge life deficit to make up. Confirm's not coming out. There's the second one, and now LilGalil up on the set count 2-1.
Very close set here. We see Galil's adaptations within neutral, using a lot more of that slide to really just kind of challenge Bunny on their approaches with the forward slash and the heavy slash.
Oh, back to character select. Could this be? It is.
There it is. Possibly pretty good character switch here. So, Abba, pretty good into, however, Galil isn't pretty good into the Abba matchup, having somebody from his own friend group playing Abba pretty frequently.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be delving into how fast LilGalil can adapt to the player matchup, and if Bunny is raring to go on the ABBA and does not need any extra time to warm up.
For sure. I'm gonna go ahead and get the good mash on there. Burst out of that. You do not want to deal with JR Abba in this situation right now.
Oh, blocking the burst. That burst absolutely would have been a JR install.
Defense is looking pretty good here on Bunny's part. We're going to go ahead and get opened up by the overhead impulsion force into the wall. A little bonus on the little side, but we're back to neutral, and Ava almost has full GR. There's the hit that we're looking for.
Yeah.
We go ahead and spin the meter to charge that.
Oh,
forward.
tries to go key grab version.
Confirms have been a little bit shaky, but we're going to go ahead and get the JR just going off right now.
Like the flex shield.
I like the flex shield. Not going to quite get the mileage that they were wanting to get out of it, unfortunately. Back press in 2K. I like that. But now we're back in the corner. We're having a hard time figuring out. There it is. There's the mash spot.
Nice. Gets
There it
another
is.
mash. That's Jealous Rage. Bonsai is really good. Yep, there it
There
is.
Really great read here from Bunny. Able to get a bonsai hit.
Oh, no, the 6H wins, and that's going to be a secondary pickup. And now, Bunny is in guess for game situation.
We're out of JR. This is a bad situation to be in right now. I believe Lil can close it out with just this combo.
Yeah.
Lil will be taking the set over Bunny. 3-1.
Absolutely. Great stuff from Bunny. Was, stormed off in game one. Whatever was in that notebook, just let LilGalil take the win.
It's like a... Oh shoot, what's the that Lich's book from D&D?
I do not play D&D.
Oh,
I
shoot,
cannot
damn.
help you.
Oh wait, show it again, show it again, show it again! It had something on it.
What is Sl0th yelling about?
I'm not totally sure, honestly.
Man's just like, oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not him. I thought he was, like, popping off somewhere.
Oh, gotcha. Oh no, that's Galil's friend over there.
Yeah.
Having that good community support from
Oh, it's for Street Fighter.
Oh, it's for Street Fighter?
I think Marv might be on stream. That's why.
Oh, okay, I see.
Let's see. I can't. Oh, let me see if I can put on my glasses real quick and see if I can see Kimberly. Never mind. The set ended.
Oh, I see.
That answers that question.
Well, let's see here. Up next.
Should
have-
be anisgvti and drbin.
Yes. Where are they, though?
That is the question. All right, we got anisgvti. Where's drbin? You sit down, Kermit. You're in winners final. That's not for another 2 sets.
Now, see, the fun part about being, like, the most frequent Oklahoma TO is I can just point at people and people know.
Wait, Kermit.
Kermit! No, Kermit, come back!
Kermit. Kermit, it's not you yet. We still have 2 losers matches. Obi. These dang players not listening to their TOs.
Come on.
That is the hardest part about being a TO is sometimes you gotta wrangle these players.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've gone on, like, absolute manhunts for some of my players before, so. Fun times, but, you know, please tell me if you're going to use the restroom. Remember,
Yeah.
respect your TO's time, and remember to tell your TO where you're going off to if you leave the site.
Yeah, if you don't want to get DQ'd, you might make the TO just enough upset that they're not going to give you any grace period. You're like, oh, sorry, you were gone 5 minutes. I called for you.
See, I'll give you a grace period, but you're not going to hear about it. You're not going to hear the end of it until, you know, next
Yeah.
week.
It's like with Big Damo, who, for my tournament that I run for Tekken,
Yeah.
checked in 20 seconds before the deadline.
My goodness.
And it's like I told him, I was like, if you had missed check-in and I see you at Super Bit Wars, I'm clowning you.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's the fun part is we all get to know each other. It's all good fun here. You know, it's we're here to compete. We're here to get some wins and get that good placement. But we're also here to just, you know, see everybody talk and have some
Yeah.
fun and poke some fun at our friends.
Yeah, we're playing fighting games. The C and FGC stands for community.
Indeed, and that's a really important part of, like, it's probably my favorite part of the fighting game, honestly. Like, I would have never met a lot of the people that I know today if it wasn't for fighting games.
Exactly.
Speaking of people that I've met, we have 2 Oklahoma classics right up on stream now. We have drbin, otherwise known everybody hates it whenever everybody calls him Dr. Bin. So whatever you do not call him Dr. Bin.
Got it.
Or do, if you want to give him a hard time. I do it a lot. I might call him Dr. Bin, but the doctor is in. And now on the other side we have Levantine, or I don't remember how you say his other name.
anisgvti.
anisgvti, yeah. anisgvti, very classic May player within Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He's been pulling a little bit of a Kai at this bracket though.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me.
Anisgvti's had the Kai since around last year. Even before that, in about like season 2-ish, and there when a lot of May players were exploring different other options when she got initially hit with a good significant amount of nerfs.
For sure.
anisgvti took learning to Kai, whereas I took learning to Biken.
Yeah.
Others learned Bridget, things like that. So it's been in the background and can come out and be a little nasty.
Now see, if you were me, I'm a hardcore Axel player, okay? Look, I played nothing but Axel. There was a time that I played Abba, but then Axel got nerfed, I'm like, alright, I gotta help back on Axel. You know, it's like, it's not the buff that draw me to the characters, the nerfs.
Look, I have one of 3 characters that I can still rock out fairly decently, and then which are Milia, Biken, May, and then I do have the makings of a Leo.
Nice.
But
yeah.
it is Leo, so take that what you will.
Fun part about this game is I think the fundamentals transfer really
No.
easily between. Oh, we do have the Kai, in fact. I think this makes sense because last time the May Ram matchup was ran, it was a pretty decisive victory for drbin.
Yeah, even with 5H being the way it is right now, the 5K loss really is felt in this matchup.
For sure.
Not having an 8-framer to contest some of Ram's buttons with. And then also, there's just no describable benefit to having a meterless DP.
For sure. And, I mean, with how powerful Ram has been this season, it's really understandable that you would want to have another character that you might be a little bit more comfortable to the matchup with.
Yeah, and the funniest thing, too, is Danny, who is one of the most prominent Kai players in the world, is also going to EVO Japan. You know, has Ram.
Yeah.
Like, picked up Ram the week before Texas Showdown, and the worst thing, most worrying thing he told me is he said the Ram feels good.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Most Ram players will not say that, actually. They'll say Ram feels terrible to play right now, but at least she's good.
That
but, you know,
feels terrible to play as I'm making top 8s in the huge bracket.
exactly. Which, like, I can understand that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I tried playing Ram. I cannot. But so far, drbin doing really good on just layering it down. Round 1, going to drbin. That offense has been really relentless this entire round. Levantine just having a bit of a difficult time to approach that offense.
Yeah. One of the things that changes when you're changing to Kai from May is that you lose a 4-framer,
Yes.
one of the best 4-framers to boot. And that really does help. Like, you're not in the mindset of, oh, I can DP this yet.
For sure. Able to get a little bit of space, but finding himself right back into the corner. We're in a bit of a rough spot. Have to spin the burst in this round. Not exactly where you want to spin the burst, but we're out of swords now. We're back to neutral. This is time for Levin to. It is Levin time for him to get back into neutral. Sorry, that was a bad joke. That was a terrible joke. I'm so sorry.
With blocks. anisgvti is really respecting the space. That's a great confirm. Claims the round. Answering right back, and that's exactly what you need to be doing.
Back into the even round. drbin having a little bit more burst on his hands, but you'll see how quickly we can charge that up. We'll go ahead and get the throw. OTG with the rock.
With punishing Kai.
Bait the throw with the backdash. Get a good shimmy in here and there. Gonna go ahead and go through the wall, and anisgvti is in kind of danger zone right now.
Oh, it's not close enough to get that 2H extension. Nice. That Booter.
Good low profile.
Yeah, low profile.
Oh no, you got hit by your sword full screen. It's time to hold my offense. It's time to hold my offense, you know.
Yeah, and drbin gonna claim game number 1.
You know what you are, drbin. You know what you are, filthy Ram player. You filthy, filthy Ram player.
Well, the music gonna be, pushing that hair back. Are we switching back to May?
We are. That's the May hat right there.
Yep.
You notice, he has 2 different hats that he wears. One for Kai and one for May. That's the thing that I've always loved about Levin is that he's always been this kind of more silly, lighthearted player. That's not like I'm not gonna say he hasn't taken anything seriously, but he has his way to. He makes his he makes this fun, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's also, you know, some mental things that go with like associating specific mindsets. It helps you like really compartmentalize.
For sure.
Which, when switching between characters, is the hardest part in tournament settings, is being able to completely take away your muscle memory from Mei and go to Kai, for example.
Yeah. I think it's actually like a really interesting, like as somebody who's like into like psychology and social work, I feel like that'd be a really interesting thing to look into. But we'll see if the character switch is working out for anisgvti, as drbin already just ruthlessly sitting through the wall, burst baited.
Yeah.
Not going to quite, no swords, not going to be able to get the conversion, but we are going to get another overhead into the wall.
Yeah. Had one windshield wiper. Now both of them back in the pocket. Has to be careful of Mordo RC, but does not need to worry. Calvados rare sighting.
Really good backdash here. Calvados able to. Oh, never mind. Calvados still sucks. So, anyways, drbin has been doing a really good job of just locking down Levin on this offense.
Yeah. Definitely a little shaky at the moment, but nice little IB, not able to take any advantage from it. Ram, not the character where IBs prove too much outside of Rekka's.
For sure. Through the wall again, we're looking in a really difficult position here. Another sword coming down, we're gonna have to hold the pressure. Good road tech, able to get out of here. We need to build that burst and build that meter. I really doubt that Levin wants to use burst in this round. If he can carry it into the final round, that would be really big.
It really would be. Great hit confirmed there on the far slash counter hit. Nice.
Here's the overhead, really good. drbin not ready for the offense. But go ahead and YRC, get me out of here. Cross up.
Yeah. There's two ways to deal with that. You can either block the cross up, or you can stand block the sword and invalidate the cross up from being in existence.
Exactly. Bit of a risky situation, but you have to be able to react to it. Force to spin burst. Go ahead and bait it. And drbin already up 2-0.
Yeah. This is one thing I've noticed about anisgvti's playstyle that's kind of been a little negative sticking point, is a lot of the inconsistencies of Mei really shine through and haven't been ironed out as much as they should be. But you see like these IEDs in critical situations. Since a lot of players, especially when you're getting into tense tournament situations, get to that low life and want to go for these big jump-ins.
For sure.
There's so much value. Like, you can change the entire dichotomy of a round, but you get anti-aired and you die.
Yep. Yeah, especially against a character like Ram, where everything is so punishing. You know, you make one mistake, you're in the corner. You have to know how to block that. Either you have to know how to play neutral against Ram, or you have to know how to block Ram. I'm gonna go ahead and get the next 50-50 feint overhead into 5D wall break.
Okay. There's a lot of 5H, which, I mean, normally is pretty good. It's one of Mei's best bullets since it's the wall of hitbox. But Ram can play around its range, and she doesn't necessarily have to try and whiff punish it if she doesn't want to, because if it whiffs, that means Ram's at her optimal range.
Pretty much. I mean, Ram... What range of Ram is not optimal, right? Yeah. I mean, whenever you have both swords, you're in such a good position. I'm going to go ahead and spin the RC to buy some time for the swords to fly back for a moment. 60, good hard knockdown from there.
2S catching. The Sl0th not catching, though, giving anisgvti a little bit of reprieve.
Bratosaurus, now this is bad for drbin.
Cool. Does not get the FD break. Wolf's going to try and just reset from the wall, take some extra damage. Gonna get the kill. Really that could have been blocked.
That could have been blocked, but I like the decision making. You know, sometimes you got to make that risk.
Yeah. So, you know, your opponent is going to assume that it kills, that 6H is true, if they don't have the main knowledge of when 6H does not allow itself to be charged as a wall break.
For sure. I'm going to go ahead and burst out of here. I like that. Wanting to get anisgvti into the corner here. Go ahead and deploy his sword. Bait the throw once again. You see, Levin's just really antsy on these throws. And drbin's just really taking advantage of a lot of the habits that Levin is displaying now.
Absolutely. And that is the mark of just how you win the sets, is you notice your opponent's weak to one specific thing, and you just keep exploiting it until they prove that they are learning.
For sure. A lot of it is like, you present your opponents with a problem and you wait for them to solve it. If they can't solve it, you keep presenting the same problem.
Yeah.
However, Levin already making a problem. Oh,
So it is
looking for burst, but now we're in corner. Go ahead and you have to spin the burst. There's the overhead. No RC,
Catch
but
it with
you
the
can Ooh,
yeah,
you
you're
got
dead
this.
from wall break damage.
You got it. Ooh.
Yeah.
drbin able to take it 3-1 over Levin.
Yeah, and
Really good
that
performance.
now does put drbin in the money at top 4. Losers semifinal will be awaiting our next match was winner, which will be LilGalil and Sl0th.
Is that on the... No, that's on the loser side, right?
Mhm.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Winner's
Yeah.
side is Kermit and Knight Persona.
This will be really interesting, honestly. I'm curious to see how Galil plays into this matchup, because Sl0th,
Yeah.
you know, a very devastating chip player.
Yeah, will DP if you give him the inkling that it will work.
However, we have seen that Galil does have the auto time save jumps down.
Yeah. The other thing is Sl0th does love some tightrope setups. So
Sl0th, yep.
if you have any specific Eno counterplay for it, this is the time to bring it out and start forcing Sl0th to be a little bit less reliant on tightrope, and it can throw a big wrench in Sl0th's gameplay.
For sure, you have to understand how to... Sl0th likes to approach with the high tightrope, so I don't
Yeah.
think Chemical Love actually hits that high, does it? MLA might be able to snipe it out, but it's a little slow.
Not, I think if it's done aerial, I think it can, but trying to get up to that height and then have also the time to then chemical love.
Bit more of a challenge.
Yeah. Before Chip, who's incredibly quick, gets there and stuffs you with, I don't know, tightrope S, tightrope H, whatever you want.
For sure. I mean, and Sl0th just has such really well practiced nicks
Yeah.
on that tightrope, so we'll see. It's a lot of matchup knowledge of how to fuzzy those. If you don't know the
Yeah.
fuzzy timings, it could be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, and gone are the times where Sl0th would drop game-winning combos just to try and do tightrope mix and then lose the set off of it. Sl0th now has all of these combo routes ingrained, knows when to go for extra mix. Like when it's ambiguous, go for that extra mix, get that damage. Or if, you know, it's just better to try and steal, be a little greedy as it were.
For sure. I mean, Chip is really good at stealing turns, right? You know,
Yeah.
you've got the Rekka resets, and you've got the clone if you aren't ready to mash. So one thing you have to mash, one thing you have to wait and see if they're gonna do a high or low, or if they're gonna spin the bar and do a little tricky 2K. So there's a lot of things you can do with Chip offense that can just be really scary to watch out for.
Oh, we're going crawl. I'm a fan, Sl0th. This is the song I have modded over Birthday Train when I have Strive. It's one of the only 2 mods I'll always keep on my setup. One, so I never have to read a Birthday Train in my life.
Yeah, that makes sense. One of my favorite things actually is there's the bunk sound effects.
Yeah.
I have that whenever I hit Winter Mantis with the axle and hit the clothesline. So anytime it's the funniest thing whenever people are watching my game, and then they hear the bunk sound effect, and everybody in the VC just starts cracking up.
Yeah, because it's just that Birthday Train no longer will ever play, and then
Yeah.
my custom made color. And that's it.
Yep.
I used to have a bunch of cursed mods for Strive. No longer.
No longer. It gets a point where it's too much, you know.
Here we go. Immediately being respectful, sees that 6H whiff, and that is prime time for a tightrope.
We're in. JS. Meaty. Interesting. I'm pretty sure Sl0th wanted that tightrope to last a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. The tightrope disappeared in the startup of Alpha Blade.
Able to mash out of it a little bit, getting a TK dive. Interesting.
There's that on the ground chemical love whiffing when Sl0th is on that tightrope. Very risky burst, and Sl0th is going to say thank you very much.
Sl0th just doing really good at recognizing these positions that Galil is putting himself in. Galil able to make a little bit of space here. Gonna go ahead and get the cross up JK. I think find interesting. Galil represents mix that I have never seen before from Enos. A lot of Enos just have their own mix, and Galil probably has the most, very much personal handwriting out of all of the Enos.
I like LilGalil there, letting the 6H just rock being blocked. Since Sl0th did DP that stroke afterwards last time. You know, really testing the waters of how willing Sl0th is to let the DP fly.
For sure. It's are you reacting to this, or are you calling me out, you know?
Ooh, nice backdash on the stroke as well. Yeah, Burst is going to have to come out here from LilGalil soon. Not
There's
able
the
to
burst.
burst.
Not gonna quite bait it, but we're going on the high tightrope to get that nice little approach there. Hard knockdown. What do we got? Deflection, get me out of here. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Oh, I thought a DP.
Tricky.
That was chip out DP hell. I thought
Yep.
Sl0th was gonna just send it.
I was a little concerned about that too, but you know, able to get a little bit of tricky space into where to make Sl0th stack against that DP.
Nice 50% here from LilGalil, getting that positive bonus. Gonna skyrocket that burst meter back up.
Ooh, this is damage. That's tightrope on field. We do have full bar and LilGalil side going through the wall, but full bar, full burst. We'll see what Galil wants to do with that. Able to block the Alpha Blade.
Oh, the gold burst
Gold
because of the
burst.
delay.
I like that.
Oh,
No,
there's a
no,
DP.
that's not good. You have full meter, you are dead, my friend.
Yep. Even chip guts won't save. Oh, chip guts do save
Never
you.
mind, never mind. I spoke too soon. We have full meter on Sl0th side, so this could be scary. Oh no.
Chip far slash moment.
Does this kill? I don't think it's
No.
a kill, but do we got it?
No,
Oh,
messes
we
up
tried
the
to
super.
hit the super.
PRC's coming out. And the 5H not going to work.
Galil able to take a really close game one. Something that I find interesting is that Galil was making it hard to catch it, right? You know,
Yeah.
Galil is recognizing that Sl0th wants to come to me. Therefore, I will just float around in the air and just kind of mess up his approaches. Rather
Yeah.
than like trying to stop them, he's really just trying to focus on like making his positioning just ever so inconvenient for Sl0th, so that Sl0th will make a mistake and that Galil can punish.
Yeah. And definitely forcing your opponent's mistake. That is exactly how LilGalil is going to fight Sl0th to the death. But unfortunately, that 6H getting counterposed by Far Slash. And Burst is going to come out and save you from positive bonus chip.
No coming out. That could have been really bad if Galil picked up a full conversion on that, but I like that. Tightrope into throw. Low on meter, but we're going to go ahead and low crush the low profile.
Yeah. Tried to go for a Rekka 3 early again, but LilGalil was ready with a high enough punish.
Look at that air throw. Such
Yeah.
a smart air throw right there.
Oh, stole the corner, and
Stole the
Sl0th was not
corner.
ready for it.
Good burst though. You want your opponent in the corner, and that's going to be dead.
Sl0th also able to find it before wall stick, so it gets to steal a little bit of burst away from LilGalil effectively.
A little bit of a risky round start there from Galil. Sl0th able to punish it on block, and Galil was opened up just shortly after. We're going to get hard knockdown with that super though. Dangerous position to be in.
Yeah, this is where Chip shines. You do have burst on LilGalil's side, but it's not going to help too much if you're not going to get the good chance to use it.
Looking for burst here. Gonna go through the wall. Spend it or lose it. Able to snipe out the tight approach. Not quite getting the conversion. He's going to go punch for the whiff. Go ahead and spin the burst. Able to stop the tightrope approach. Once again, Galil has been so good at stopping these approaches just consistently. Go ahead and DP. We're in DP range. Oh no.
Yeah, against that JP, just take it very simple. No question about what punishes that super. 1-1 on the set count.
Sl0th able to find a little bit of adaptation with these little gimmicks that Galil's been representing. Not quite as a bit, a little bit clearer to Sl0th is what it seems.
Yeah, some gimmicks and knowledge checks are essential parts of being able to build your very first layer, what you're wanting to represent initially to your opponent. But you have to be willing and ready to just ditch those immediately if your opponent starts catching on, because they will start to backfire really quick. And LilGalil is
Holding down around. Something that's really interesting about Galil's playstyle is that, you know, there's a lot that he can represent. But the question is, how fast can he rotate these options? And can he recognize when to use what options?
Yeah. And can those options be effective enough to stick in your opponent's mind? Because there's no point in revolving your options if your opponent is not adding them to the stack and just letting them go in and out.
For sure. There's a lot to keep in mind here. Sl0th just really getting that momentum here, and this damage is brutal right now. Bursting into the corner, this is a really good position for Galil right here. Go ahead and get the counter here. You have to spin your burst.
Yep.
You do not want to lose this round.
Sl0th taking a very aggressive approach.
I think this is death, actually.
Yes, it is. 6H will do it, and now Sl0th is up 2-1.
The damage that Chip got from Tightrope is just really, really absurd, right?
Yeah.
You get so much reward from those RC combos where you just fast RC into Tightrope, You just scoop them off the ground, you know.
Yeah, no longer are the days where we meme about Chip being low damage.
Chip is no longer low damage. It feels like everybody just has something that can really just bolster their hits nowadays.
Yeah, instead of it being the difference between low damage and does damage between Strivecast, it is does damage and here
Kills you.
TODs you.
Yep.
LilGalil just stretching, being a little lax. He's calm, cool, and collected.
You have to be calm, cool, and collected. Lil probably must be feeling the pressure at this point right now. You know, you had a good game one, but can you replicate that in the later set?
Ooh, nice backdash and the tech. Sl0th going to be aggressive to burst LilGalil back into the corner.
Look at that low profile. Low profile can give you the JS to get the back throw, but the DP going to sell Sl0th out of the corner, baiting the throw by backdashing. This is bad.
Yeah, that's a lot of life lost for LilGalil before the burst. The YRC gets blocked, and that's going to be the round taken away as well.
Sl0th swinging the clock back and forth as we are in Galil's head now.
Trade.
Going for something really aggressive there. Almost working out for a trade instead. Lil just really kind of slowing down his pressure. Wanting to watch and see how he responds, and looking for those DPs especially. However, going to find a good hit, going to get some good damage. Hard knockdown from Sl0th, they're able to block.
Oh, sent a DP, but too far away to even hope to dream in getting a LilGalil.
Not quite able to get the conversion that he needs to close this round out. That's bad. You do not want to give Sl0th any inch of life to work with.
Yeah, he's
going
gonna
to try to work with the reset.
That's unfortunate. Wasn't ready to RC the whiff, and LilGalil was just ready with the 6P.
Sl0th always just seems to be one step ahead with their button choices. Lil going for something probably from the last layer. Sl0th already 2 layers ahead.
Oh, the throw.
Oh, that was a messy throw.
Yeah, this is a one-touch situation. There's that
There
punch.
it is.
Sl0th, as long as you don't drop it, you get the game. And it's going to try and stylishly end it off. Moving on to loser's semifinal.
Sl0th proving that his adaptations are just as fast as Chip. Already able to make it over to... Are we at losers finals now?
We are at winner's final, waiting for
semis, right?
losers semis to
Perfect,
play
perfect.
afterwards.
Gotcha.
Your top 4 will be Kermit, Night Persona, Sl0th, and drbin. So, the Enos eliminated.
Unfortunate. It's fun to see 2 Enos in top 8. Both of our Oklahoma Eno players, they're both very frequently here in the local, so it's good to see them place well.
Yeah. I mean, always love to see your local players do well, no matter if it's your state's regional or your region's regional or out of state, out of country. Like, you always want to see your friends do well. It's always a good feeling to know, especially like if that player, you've watched them grow and like they're just starting to get their top 8s. Like, it could be their first top 8 at something this significant, and like that's a huge deal. That's
sure.
something you really, especially as a player, like mentality-wise, you need to reward yourself for making
sure.
top 8s and making good progress. Because if all you're gonna do is like focus on I could have done better, you're just gonna get negativity spiraling in your mind.
For sure.
But when you reward yourself, now all of a sudden things start rolling because you're really wanting to keep doing better, and you're just gonna keep breaking through to that next plateau.
For sure. But up now, we have 2 players who really are known to place high in these
Yeah.
tournaments. Kermit, he comes... where is he? Is he from California?
SoCal, yeah.
SoCal, yeah. Kermit, he's a frequent traveler to Oklahoma tournaments, which is surprising to me.
And Texas. I
And
know he has
Texas.
some friends over here that
Yes,
he can
yeah.
stay with. And, you know, it's just, you get jump scared if you're in Oklahoma and Texas of, oh, Kermit signed up. Oh, no.
Oh no, my lunch money's probably going to be gone.
Yeah. It's like, I hope you know your bike can match it because you're going to get tested on it. Pop quiz.
Now see, Night Persona, I think Night Persona has a good shot at possibly taking
Yeah.
the game off, or taking a set off of the tournament.
Biken has a little bit of trouble dealing with Faust because Crawl, you know, makes Kabri ignored, / is ignored, and those 2 big pieces almost entirely being taken off the table really hurt Biken's approaches.
For sure. Night Persona is somebody who is a matchup specialist with every single matchup in the game. Will go into the lab and study things very, very relentlessly. So we'll see what kind of magic knowledge Night Persona can represent. This is actually a first for Night Persona. I've never seen Night Persona not use anything but the default color.
Yeah. Oh, button check. Okay.
Button check, yes.
It looked like it started real.
It did. It almost looked like it, but...
And then I saw the gold burst. Start your button checks with the gold burst so we know.
For sure.
Or at least give us the universal signal of the little typing.
Yep.
I love that that's like the universal signal now is like
Yeah,
doing a
just-
little faux type.
It's a fun little signal.
Truly, FGC actions transcending words and languages. Going to let this bike and intro rock. Once again, Kermit taking the P1 side so we get the movie.
Now, so can we make this cinema or can we make this Hollywood is the question here. Who will be going into winners, or the, grand finals on the winner's side?
It is a huge boon to be sitting there in grand finals on the winner's side. You get to watch 3 people fight it out for the privilege to try and take 2 sets off of you.
For sure. It's such an important position to be in. Both players right now really eyeing that position. Night Persona really good just counter high base right off the back. I'm going to get some zoning started with these items. All
Run
these
it.
items. Oh my goodness.
Good double jump just to avoid. And now this is the pressure. Look at that crawl going underneath far slash.
You got the pressure you want. You got your throw. What's the mix? Go ahead and get the cluster. Tommy, go ahead and mash out with 5H. This is spin burst, which is an interesting decision. It might
Oh.
bait the first back. Oh,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Yeah, it went from Night Persona, you could have taken it. Like, yes, Kermit gets into a pretty solid position for positive bonus, but you still have your burst, and you're going to one hit confirm away from killing anyway, too. This is looking sketchy.
For sure. I don't think Night Persona was ready for Kermit to call out his burst like that super fast.
It looked like Kermit was considering doing a dash-up parry for a second.
For a second, yes. Sometimes Spike and Sl0th are just like, what if I dash up here? And I don't blame them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, someone like Kermit is used to, a lot of players will pick up on that immediately. All right, they're going to start representing parry. I see that action. And, Night Persona has the ability to mix up Kermit by just not parrying. That parry might come out.
Does this catch? I think
It does.
Barely. And we're going to take the first game to Kermit. Really good display. Kermit already representing a lot of, really just already seeming to be 2 layers ahead of Night Persona with the hard burst bait and just generally understanding where Night Persona wants to press.
Yeah. And I know these two played quite a bit of sets while waiting. Oh, wake up parry. And another 6P. Rare 6P working from Biken.
Yeah, we'll get another throw. We'll probably get a nice little conversion here.
Oh, nice burst. Don't
Burst.
have to deal with the high-low there.
For sure, especially whenever Kermit has about 100 meter, that would have hurt if that hit.
Ooh, put on the afro. No anti-airing now. But, I mean, parry still does ignore the extra hurt box.
For sure, but the win condition is present. Gonna go for another throw. Piercing the throw, keep the pressure up. Gonna spend 100 bar to keep this pressure going. Is that really safe whenever Kermit has 100 bar to spend at his disposal?
Yeah, and was just willing to take the risk. Very confident in defense, knowing that you don't need to spend that tension, have the 100, and it works all beautifully. Kermit taking that round, looking on to game 2.
Really good round start here from Kermit. That 2S getting a lot of mileage. That ambiguous cross-up with the Yozongsen. The high JS able to get a little bit of a connection, but not able to get a full conversion. Next mix will kill, however.
Ooh, running straight into a far slash. Well, yeah, Night Persona's getting a lot of these little hits, and they add up pretty quickly.
For sure, already almost evened it back, but once again, Kermit sitting on full meter.
Nice 6P on that
Good
mix.
6P.
Why did that wall break?
Because the vortex is backwards, but it's so funny to see it that it hits overhead.
It was even funnier because it went immediately to the slash screen. So
Yes.
you see the shot, and they're like, oh, it's gonna kill with there on the mid screen. Nope.
Yep, nope, through the wall. Imagine like trying to not let your opponent build burst, and then you send your opponent through the wall with the gun,
Yeah.
despite being on the other side.
That really looked like the freeze frame of. So you're probably wondering how I end up here.
Yep. You know, just get those little flip scroll and cut out the half the round. When the moment that Bison hits tether, it's just Kermit just making it to where you're looking at any time he implements his wing condition, it's just unwinnable. Here's the wing condition once again. Gonna go ahead and get the Nyx again, looking for burst.
There's that burst.
I like it. Good
Oh.
situation, but gonna get air to air with the JS. Bison the air to air queen.
Yeah, now Night Persona in a very rough situation. It is a very unlikely that you get burst in this round unless you are able to obtain positive bonus.
Gonna have to represent pure skill here. Have to figure out a way out of this corner if you want to turn this set around. Full conversion. We're gonna get this with a hard knockdown super.
Look at all this damage.
All
Next
that damage.
confirm will kill.
Good deflect shield. Just, you know, I'm not gonna get burst, so I might as well represent some of my defensive options. Go ahead and get bomb going. Looking for a risky charge 5D.
Oh, there's a 2K and doesn't get the full confirm, so
Not
Night
quite.
Persona
There's a
last chance.
There's a chance. If it bleeds. If it bleeds.
Oh my!
We know the matchup. We know the matchup. Abort.
This is where the true scrambles start. Have to FD everything. But the trade. Kermit moving on to Grand Finals winner side 3-0.
Kermit cutting his way through to Grand Finals. Really impressive showing here. Just able to really, I think really Kermit cut it down a little those friendlies. Those friendlies may have been the death of Night Persona.
Yeah. Kermit is one of those players that will very quickly take notes, process them, and put them in the data bank. And I mean, Kermit functions on SSDs. They're gonna go. That information's coming up instantly.
It's just the big difference between high-level players and top-level players, honestly.
Yeah. It is really the difference between players that make it to top 8 of Texas Showdown, ECT. Very serious threats for making top 8 at EVO as well. Like, and of course, had a great showing at Slashback too.
For sure. Up next, we have Sl0th versus drbin. I'm interested to see how this will go, because I know these two have played a little bit before, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, drbin feels pretty comfortable in this matchup.
Yeah, Sl0th feels really good in this matchup. Down in DFW, we've had Ponchers and Topher, Gordon Gaines as historical, really strong Eno players throughout the time that Sl0th has been able to learn about this character, really develop in-depth game plans, especially across different play styles.
For
Oh,
sure.
wait, the Ram, right, not
Button
Eno.
check, button check.
But also with the Ram, we've had a few Ram players in DFW through history to know this as well. Sick being one of the Ram players that first comes to mind. Although no one really plays Ram much anymore. I mean, Kirby was also there,
Yeah.
for those that remember Kirby.
Let's see. I'm going to say this right now. drbin's a dark horse whenever it comes to Ram players.
Yeah.
You've never heard of, this is the Ram player that you've never heard of that kicks your ass, honestly.
And I mean, Sl0th can hold his own just a little bit against SQ. I've seen some pretty solid results there. And I mean, being able to take games off of SQ is a huge accomplishment.
For sure.
You got to execute it every single time.
For sure. I mean, SQ is just a really, really solid Ram player. She, you know, pretty consistently gets top 8 within TNS. So if you've got the ability to find the counterplay against her, you might be able to have what it takes to be able to take down Colin.
Yeah. I mean, SQ also has one of the records in Paragon Line for the fastest top 8 qualification, joining 45 minutes before the ladder closed,
Wow.
and still made top 8.
Oh my goodness.
Which, for those of you who know, for Paragon Line's format, you have to win. You have to play 7 sets minimum to make top 8 to be considered for it. And SQ did that in 45 minutes.
That's impressive. Let's see. Also, what's impressive is Colin has taken down some pretty big names. N-Sharp.
Yeah.
I mean,
N-Sharp is quite the Anju player.
for sure. And that, you know, it was I think it was a decisive 3-1. But so far, we'll see what drbin can pull off today. Already having Sl0th in the corner. Sl0th finding his way out, though. Gonna go ahead and get the next 6P wake up. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. Potentially was an OS 5P as well. Oh my DP, yeah. really going to force drbin to be tight on those Rekka strings and when to go for them.
See, what's impressive about drbin is he doesn't let any funny business slide. No mix-ups or tight ropes mix-ups will go unchecked from drbin.
Speaking of unchecked, Sl0th decided to challenge with a 100-meter. And you know what Ram's doing when there's a 100-meter and expects a meaty.
Yeah, the thing about drbin is he knows to just spin that meter every time. It doesn't matter what he thinks the opponent's going to do. Just going to spin that meter to get that offense going as fast as possible.
Oh, those names are swapped at the moment. Should get them fixed in a little bit.
Hopefully so.
Yeah. Sl0th able to find a nice confirm there. Oh, good backdash outside of Ram's pressure. Chip is one of those characters that even without the pokes necessary to counter poke Ram, has the speed in order to whiff punish.
For sure. I know a lot of Rams are not super happy about this matchup. And, like, it's Ram, but it's probably not losing if it is losing, it's not by much. However, this is the one character that you really can whiff punish Ram. So any mistake that you make, you're gonna feel it.
A little floundering there from Sl0th, but keeping it going. The tightrope, catching the burst gets baited.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Sl0th going up 1-0 against drbin already.
Both of them drinking that water.
So the fun thing about drbin, anytime like we're playing a set and we go to game 5, it's just immediately bring out the water and chug a whole bottle. You know, it's he calls it his lock-in juice.
Oh my.
Anytime like every time I'm like, are you drinking your lock-in juice? He's like, yeah, I'm drinking my lock-in juice. So, in other words, he's locked in.
But I mean, might need to lock in a little harder now.
Come on.
Oh, the clash!
No.
Sl0th wasn't ready to clash cancel.
Be able to get a good air-to-air. Gonna go ahead and try to force your way in. Not gonna be very successful in that without any swords though.
Oh, the super's gonna whiff. And yeah, without burst, you're eating this full combo.
That is rough. That was the exact super that Sl0th really needed to hit in this situation, but gonna be able to DP out of this situation. Yeah, spin the burst. You don't want to lose. You have full swords. This is where you win it. Not able to block the overhead. I believe this is death.
Yeah. It has to take the wall splat, so you give Sl0th a little bit of burst on the way out, but that's no big deal. You'd rather take that round.
For sure. Anything to close it around against Sl0th is what you want.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Had the burst to keep yourself safe from the DP punish, but now you're down a burst.
Yeah, you're not really wanting to be in the business of donating burst on a risk like that.
For sure. Bro, really tricky gap there between looking for another DP, hoping to find something, but no sword's not really going to be able to do much about that.
Oh, nice. Gets the Rekka 3.
Good blocks on drbin's part here. Able to block the overhead, but can you block the second overhead?
And now, set count's going to be tied up. Oh, no!
DP coming out, we've got a chance, there's a chance.
Well, setting up the tightrope.
Drop the combo.
The double KO!
This is exactly what Sl0th wants in this situation.
Yeah. Sl0th will absolutely take that. Oh, nice shimmy.
Look at the shimmy. You gotta be careful about that. You have to know your fuzzy timing.
Oh, touches. Nice, takes the burst.
Hold that.
But gets clipped, and now it's tied up on the set count 1-1.
drbin showing some really good adaptations here. The offense, a lot more ruthless. The neutral, a lot more precise. The movement, very, very much more clean from drbin right now.
Yeah. Whatever drbin's listening to, drbin is jamming.
It's a lock-in juice. I'm telling you, it's a lock-in juice.
Counter hit JH. The Alpha Blade gonna take that guaranteed burst to the corner and just run up throw. Nothing beats that.
Let's see, the high lows haven't really been finding drbin a lot of success here, but the strike throws have been getting so much mileage. But now we burst it with no swords, trying to make a little bit of a risky approach with the IED, getting 6 speed very quickly.
Nice tightrope setup, but Durbin able to find a 2K that takes the tightrope away. No toys for Sl0th.
Ooh, yep, there we go. Difficult situation to find yourself in as you are, you know, holding 2 ram swords in the corner, holding 5D. Can you react? Do you know if it's going to be throw, low, or, you know, overhead? There's so many things to account for in that situation.
Oh, the whiff on the throw. Oh, no,
Oh,
another
no. Not a
Rekka.
misinput. Not a misinput.
You hate to see the
You
Rekka
hate to see it.
misinput.
Not going to get the hard knockdown, though. This is a chance that Sl0th can really just make back, but ooh, catching out the startup of a dash there with a, you know, straight raw sword toss.
Oh, the
Low
Sl0th going
crush.
over the Rekka, and that is going to be a second game for Durbin.
The momentum's building up, and Sl0th is feeling the pressure as Durbin's really getting that momentum now.
Sl0th taking a second to breathe. Let some of that anxiousness wash over and go away. Nice tech.
Sort of a scary situation here. We're going to go ahead and get the tightrope, but we mash out of it. Really good position from Durbin there.
There's definitely something that has been claiming the games in short order for Durbin, is mashing on these tightrope setups that aren't airtight.
For sure. And something that's really interesting is whenever Durbin is out of swords, he'll just sit back and wait. You know, he's going to watch what you do. And a lot of times, it's been IAD.js. Able to get a throw. This is the turnaround that Sl0th needs right now. Looking pretty good in this situation. Durbin finding a way out.
RC, keep things going. Oh!
Oh, that was the DP.
Yeah, that was DP misinput into Rekka. That's unfortunate.
Set point here for Durbin. Looking pretty solid here. Gonna go ahead and get another hit. You're back in the corner already. You're holding ram sword pressure. What do you do? Your
DP.
DP's a little bit risky in this situation. Gonna really take the damage for it. Now you're holding hard, not getting you have full burst. You have one more chance.
Yeah, immediately upon getting hit, you have burst though. Nice counter poke on the J214S.
We got some mileage here. Gonna go ahead and burst, keep the pressure up. Match in the wake up, not gonna work out for Durbin here.
All right, 100 meters. Sl0th
100
has a bunch that can be done. There's hard knockdown. There is burst online for Durbin if Durbin is going to want to be aggressive.
There is life here. As Sl0th moves in, we've got positive bonus and Nix. This is going to be the round. Durbin just, you know, recognizing, okay, I don't want to burst into a 100-meter chip, so I'll hold it till next round and keep the advantage. Because something that I've been seeing is Durbin has really good openings to these rounds. Round starts have just been so consistently won by Durbin. These initial interactions, such as, you know, the shimmies and the baits with the throws, have been so important for Durbin at these initial parts of the rounds.
Yep, there's a very early burst keeping Sl0th in the corner. The tap dust not going to end up going to a kill confirm, and the right side. Potential crosscut on that Mordo.
Not quite a safe jump there, but Durbin able to recognize the crosscut on the input and take the rounds off of it. You know, you have 100 meter as ram. What's the ball? What are you going to do? Not more to buy?
Exactly. They're going to do it. It's like DPRC in Season 2. They're going to do it. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
It's win. Because truly, what surprises me is whenever you're trying to Okazeme somebody around with 100 meter, you should run up and do nothing, wait for them to super, and then you DP. That's the real counterplay, right? Because that's how you get around it. Because that's what I do against Durbin all the time as Axel. It's I know whenever he's going to, you know, just send more to Bato, and I just run up and go ahead and hit, you know, Cycle Storm, and I'm home free. Let's see, this is an Oklahoma Classic right here. This is like the most common grand finals you'll ever see in Oklahoma.
And now it's losers final for the chance to potentially defend Oklahoma from the invader that is Kermit.
I believe in one of them. Somebody can do it here, please. Kermit can't keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with it.
He can't keep doing it. We have to stop him.
Yeah.
I don't think... I'm trying to remember if Kermit has ever lost like a game in bracket against somebody from Oklahoma.
I'm sure you can find a game.
No, wait.
Maybe not a set.
Okay, I do remember one game. I know. There was a game. But I know King of the Six, the second was almost flawless. Grand Finals was 6-0 in Kermit's favor.
Who said Kermit the loser?
Oh, no, sorry, 3-0.
3-0, okay.
So, I mean, you know, winners finals into grand final 6-0.
I thought maybe someone said Kermit the losers. Maybe Kermit showed up late. You know,
Maybe.
Woke up late, had to start from losers.
You know, you gotta move some mouses to really beat a player like Kermit.
Imagine you lose your round 1, and then you look and you're like, why do I have to fight Kermit?
Yes. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
It is no fun to fight the top seed that happens to drop down to losers.
Yeah. Either via, if it's via upset, like it's understandable.
It's understandable. It's so frustrating. It's like, why am I fighting you?
But if it's by DQ, that's like DQ to losers because you were late. That's frustrating.
For sure. Let's see. This is a matchup that is absolute agony for Faust. Let's see. If we hear about like 7-3 matchups all the time, this is one of the real 7-3 matchups that are really just kind of hard for Faust to deal with. However, earlier in the bracket, I believe these two faced each other earlier, and I believe Night Persona did come out on top.
Let me take a look. Well, they're most likely going to let those intros rock. Let's see. Night Persona. Yep, Night Persona beat drbin 3-1.
Yep. So, as we can see, Night Persona a bit of an expert in the matchup with Ram. I'm curious to see how drbin is able to adapt to a lot of these changes and possibly maybe take a round here. Because, you know, and oftentimes the reset happens within our locals, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, Night Persona takes the first game, drbin takes the second game, and then Night Persona is able to close it up. But we only got 2 sets. This situation is a little bit more scary because if Night Persona loses, it's just over. It doesn't matter that you took a set off of drbin earlier.
Not gonna. Opts to try and play tennis. Unfortunately, misjudged the timer.
Gotta go ahead and get hit by both bombs, trying to avoid the pathway right there. So recognize the overhead.
Nice JP. Not able to link close slash. However, finds the close slash counter hit afterwards.
Night Persona, I know you were trying to wake up back on there. You were trying to wake up back there. I know. How dare you?
You strive player.
You strive player.
Derogatory.
Derogatory.
That's a strife hitbox moment with Sl0th working like that.
Yeah, no, the flip kick is obnoxious with how, like, it can hit cross up. Like, why can't we have a cross up overhead on a character that is about, like, you know, strike throw and flash frames?
And guard crush.
And guard crush.
Because this game needed more guard crush, apparently.
I love guard crush. I can't wait till Winter Mantis becomes, Renton gets guard crush.
YRC was just too strong.
Exactly. The meteor's coming out. Can we gonna go ahead and win Night Persona neutral in this situation? Meteor with thrust. Now you're back in the corner. You know, you have to hold that. You cannot be jumping over that and having to take the throw, going down. drbin with the first game in the set.
Well, they're having a good time. This is just another Tuesday night to them, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's nothing different. I'm really interested to see. drbin has never actually made it this far in a region. Despite being one of the best players in the state, drbin has never had really that great luck whenever it came to his bracket runs. But now, seeing the chance of second and there's blood in the water, drbin moving over to possibly take the initial round on this game.
Trying to fish out that. Man, I forget how gigantic Ram 6P is. I know many other 6Ps would clash in that situation.
Now see, it's not very active, but it's massive.
Yeah.
Look at that. Catching the extended hurry box from Faust. There's not a lot that Faust can do in the air against Ram. You know, that air dash is so slow and so reactable.
Yeah. I mean, Faust has really good air-to-air buttons, but yeah, like you said, with the air to ground, it's slow, it's predictable, and Ram 6P is just gonna be waiting.
Oh, we've seen this situation before. Night Persona might be able to turn it back. Night Persona loves going for those throw loops. Ooh, good PRC and recognizing the 6P there from drbin, able to take game 2.
Yeah. Already is doing a lot better than the first time these two have met.
For sure. This is often how a lot of their sets go. It's, you know, one of them wins the initial set, the other one wins the next set, and then it's kind of, it's up in the air. But now you only have 2 sets. So how do you adapt so fast between these 2 sets?
Yeah, Afro applied. Will it matter? There it goes. That is the round 1 for Night Persona finally being able to get something started and finished.
For sure. Night Persona, you know, You might be down 2 games, but you're never out. Niperson has brought it back from this point many times before in this matchup. The adaptations may be a little bit slow, but they're always there.
Oh, caught.
Oh.
Nipersona running.
Niperson caught making the decision of whether to run or to block and just get hit in the mix. But it's in the meter, walk you to the corner, you cannot be mashing there.
Oh, nice dodge on the 2H.
Good throw there, recognizing the initial hit from the Rekka's miss. Minifaust on the scene, that'll be back to help us later. This will be a tool that'll help us later. Landing right on the Mini. Oh, no, Minifaust is gone. Bye, Minifaust. You know, sometimes you just doesn't feel like sitting around, doesn't want to see any of this, you know.
Exactly, and the chase down. We are now at set point here for drbin, about to 3-0 Nipersona.
Niperson not eager to let that happen. He's going to go ahead and get a command throw, and you got Trumpet on the ground. I guess it's not really going to matter too much, but throw loops incoming. Niperson is known for his throw loops. How do you deal with this in this situation? We got one throw loop, we got Banana Peel on the field. Gonna go ahead and ignite the afro, another throw incoming. How do you deal with it? You have to burst.
Blocking it out, not giving up burst that easily.
Ooh,
6H!
no. The round just like this can turn around, and drbin has full burst.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, another meaty 5H coming through. Oh, what about a whiff? And this might be the chance that Niperson needs has to spin the burst. Gonna go ahead and do a S-throw there.
As the burst here, has to be very careful and opts not to try.
You had burst, Garfield. You had burst.
Yeah.
To be fair, Niperson was making it very difficult to figure out where to burst in that situation with a lot of JPs.
But, I mean, it's final situation. You're dead if you don't, so might as well try.
For sure. Burst getting out of here, sending to the corner, overhead connecting. Not going to be able to pick up with the explosion though. Minifaust going to be problematic, but we jump over it. That item recognition goes both ways.
Yep. And now, no longer have to care about Minifaust. It's on the other side of the screen.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness. Far flash.
Yeah. drbin just restarting what last round should have been. Very quick to claim round 1. Nipersona not going to have burst for a little bit, but will get it back before round over.
Niperson's just been looking really strong throughout this last part of the set, but can we really do what we need to do to close it out? You're down a round, you're down a game. How do we make it bring it back? Minifaust getting you out of that pickle. Like I said, item recognition goes both ways. You have to know when to stop your own combos to make sure that you don't get sniped out by Minifaust like that. Taking a little bit of space. Space is being made with the bombs, and we got double detonation. You gotta hold another bomb. You have to block that. That's meaty. Oh no.
Yeah, off of the amazing bomb setups from Nipersona. That's going to be a potential. We might go to game 5.
Possibly here. Niperson really hoping to bring this set back from you know, an initial 0-2. Niperson is standing at did we have
The controller disconnects.
We were having a little bit of control issues
Did the
earlier
controller
today,
explode?
but this is not the time you want to see this, especially whenever you have such good momentum.
Okay.
Oh, we're back? Are we
We're
back?
back.
Let's see.
Ooh.
If he wants to, Colin could call the round on
Yeah.
Nipersona here, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
we're back at it.
There's a significant amount of money on the line, so I would not blame if you wanted to just take the set that way.
I don't think drbin could actually live with that, honestly.
Yeah.
He would not sit easy with that. That would be on his mind. He's like, man, I was about to get reverse 3-0'd by Nipersona. I can't let this happen. Because I think right now, to drbin, winning is more important than the money.
Yeah. You know, this statement, personal player definitely takes a bit priority there, but there is that factor that's in the back of your mind is I can just claim that extra cash.
For sure. You know, Colin just playing, I don't need no handicaps. I don't need nothing. I'm moving myself up into grand finals. This is the first grand finals that drbin has ever found himself in. So this is really exciting to see what he can do. Let's see. As I was saying, drbin's a dark horse. So having a good record against a lot of top players, I have no idea what we're about to see in this set.
Yeah.
These two have never fought in bracket before. At least I don't think they have.
Kermit, though, definitely going to have a wealth of experience to draw upon. And also, in the worst case scenario for Kermit, you have a set to give.
For sure.
To collect all that information where Durbin has to be fighting tooth and nail every single game.
Let's see, something that I've noticed about Durbin is that the longer the set goes on, the slower he adapts. Right, so it's that little risky position of like, how do I end this as fast as possible before my opponent outspeeds me?
Yeah, the brain throttles the information download speed as it gets going. Too much information at once. But sometimes, like with what Durbin showed with Night Persona, sometimes that enough information just, you get enough already fast enough that you don't need to try and adapt anymore.
For sure.
It's just execution.
Durbin's consistency is on point. Consistently. These combos very, very rarely drop. And has a very consistent game plan, already opening up Kermit, fitting him to the corner, not out of swords now, so we're in a little bit of a difficult position, kind of finding his way out of the corner.
Nice wire C. Wow. Changes down, and that 2K definitely going to really be the backbone. But far slash ending that pressure.
Yeah, something that Durbin is a little self-conscious about is possibly going into that final Rekka reset, with the delayed third Rekka. It's a bit of a scary situation to be in, but we're going to go ahead and get the air throw, really good recognition on Kermit. I've just kind of been wanting to see what Durbin will do. Just waiting in the act first, and then Baiken being the defensive character that she is, acting second.
Especially with a huge life total, where you're not incentivized to at all interact, so you could just FD everything and then just let the timer run out if you really wanted to.
Recognizing the throw in that situation, but going to go ahead and burst and get the good wall break here. We're going to go ahead and get that hard knockdown as well.
And there was parry that came out, so if Durbin was able to process that, definitely needs to keep it in mind. I think that was guard. I think that was parry. I saw a flash of pink.
Is this it? Is this enough?
Bike and guts.
We needed to spend that 100 meter if we really wanted that kill in that situation, but we're in a pretty good position right here to really make this count. Get the air throw. Yeah, you have to be able to tech that. Ooh, this is not a good position for Durbin to be in right now.
Gonna go for the reset. Now you have to find your time to burst in this combo. Opts not to do it, and the throw will take the game 1-0 for Kermit so far.
MG hop, getting a lot of mileage for Kermit in that situation right there. Recognizing that Durbin was a little bit nervous in that situation, looking for a spot to burst, but just a little bit late on that throw. There's the lock-in juice. We're running out of it.
And the supplies are running low.
Supplies are running low. I'm sure mental for both players is running low as well.
I mean, Kermit's pretty used to these very long
sure.
days.
But how used is Durbin to these long days, right? We've seen a lot of good plays from Durbin, but how much steam do you have in the gym?
But there's also hunger as a factor, because Kermit's wasn't incentivized to go get Brahms, which is the only very close place to here. So gotta have a little hunger pains.
Able to get a hard knockdown through this wall break. Durbin looking in a good position, but we've seen this song and dance before in the set. Can Durbin close it out this time? Yes, he can.
Very, very good round there. Durbin answering back is what you're going to need from Kermit very, very quickly in order to not put yourself in a terrible spot of being down 2-0.
For sure. Able to block the 50-50 on the Yokozuna here, but mashing on the Tommy, that's not good. With Tether in play, that is a very scary situation to be in here. Gonna go ahead and get the hard knockdown with this wall break. We have full burst, but this is not the round you want to use it in.
Absolutely not. That's full health Baiken. You're not going to do much unless you already have positive bonus and 100.
Kermit closing it out, evening out the round. A lot of players, you see their gameplay is getting really, really slow in this situation. Durbin trying to figure out how do I break his defense. Unsure of how to really push control against Kermit, but Kermit feels so comfortable right now. Kermit just, waiting, watching, and observing.
Yeah, now Durbin incentivized the gold burst here, but the bait.
The burst.
Oh, another air throw, but Durbin already on the ground. Great tech and the trade. all that Kermit needed to take the game now. 2-0. Lock and Juice is going to get probably fully
Chug it, chug it, chug it,
Chug.
chug.
Aw.
Oh,
It's keeping it some little. You know, calling shot is, I've got another set to have some of this Lock and Juice.
got
for.
another set. That is true. Already finding the burst from Kermit. Looking at a good position, but now you're in the corner and you're tethered. How do you approach the situation? Able to find his way out.
Yeah, and that's now a wall break with Mordo.
Showing, oh, I spoke too soon. Kermit finally representing a parry, but for it to actually be able to connect, that's got to be a huge position. Because parry's really hard to lose in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because of how much of Ram Pressure relies on sorting guard crush. Those are projectiles. Those are not hits that Viking can parry. Now see, we've seen this song and dance before. Drbin's in a good position only for Kermit to bring it back. You have full meter though. How do you want to approach this? There we go. We're not going to see the reverse super from Kermit in this situation to get the wall break, but we will see a nice little touch here to close up the round.
Yeah.
Set point for Kermit.
Kermit was also playing a little bit of RPS there. This could have just been spamming parry on that super flash.
For
and
sure.
it would have stopped Drbin from being able to PRC, but
Yeah,
opted, you know, I'll be a little bit safer. I have such a high life total, I don't need to risk anything.
for sure. You know, you got to play it safe. Because something that's really interesting about Kermit is kind of understanding, I don't want to take any risks. Drbin's going to take all the risks for me.
Yeah.
If I can just make my defense rock solid, I can force Drbin to make these more risky plays and force resources.
Nice jump on
Wow.
the throw.
Be able to get out of the throw situation, get a throw of his own. This is looking bad. Not going to quite kill, but this is the last touch situation.
Yeah. No burst. You only have 50 meter. You have the flex shield. There's many different RPS options you have, and Kermit's not going to let you use any of them for free. That will be Kermit being your Super Bit Wars 2025 champion, going undefeated in grand finals.
Kermit, did he drop a single game throughout, this bracket? Let's see.
That's a good question. Let's see. Yes, one game against Sl0th, and
Against
that
Sl0th.
was it.
Look, all I'm saying is that I had my shot at Kermit. Maybe a different story. No, I'm joking. Who
They
am I
don't
kidding?
know you like
Who
that.
am I kidding? Who am I kidding?
Oh.
Well, that was a good bracket. Congratulations to our top three. In third place, we have Night Persona. In second place, we have Drbin, our own Dr. Ben. And in first place, once again, back-to-back Super Bit. No, wait, no, he wasn't here last year.
No.
Not last year. But, you know, Kermit, pretty well-known name around Oklahoma, despite not being around Oklahoma for how many regionals he's won.
It's a second state regional claimed for Kermit. Attack on Texas was claimed by Kermit, and now Super Bit Wars 2025 claimed by Kermit.
What is next?
Yeah, you gotta wait to find out. But where can the people find you?
So, you can find me on Twitter. I am IceDo02. Feel free to find me there. I do stream a little bit with the same username, so.
And then for me, you can find me tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST for WASD Uni. I'll be commentating, as well as I'll be at EVO Japan for socials everywhere. KilbyVT, I have all of those. I stream Grand Blue quite often, and we'll be adding in more games after I get back from my Japan trip. But that is going to be all from us tonight. We're going to send y'all off somewhere. Y'all have a great, wonderful night. Thank you, everyone who stayed with us and watched and supported these players, and we will catch you next year for Super Bit Wars 2026.
Have a good one, y'all.